Hi Mathlins, welcome to Math Space. In this video, you will be learning how to add and subtract monomials. So when you say monomials, these are algebraic expressions with only one term. So if there are two terms, we call that one binomial. If there are three terms, we call that one trinomial. But again, our focus for today is monomials. Alright, so what are monomials? For example, we have 5x. 5x is an example of monomial. What else? 5x squared. This is also a monomial. Let's say 3xy. This is also a monomial. So, how do we identify monomials? For example, we have here 3x plus 2. This is no longer monomial because it's composed of two terms separated by addition. Okay, so monomials, there is no addition or subtraction involved. Because if there is subtraction and addition, then there is more than one term there. So another example of expressions that are not monomial, let's say for instance, 3x plus 2y, or x plus y, or x plus y plus z. These are examples of expressions that are not monomial. Okay, so let's focus on monomials. We can only add monomials that are similar, or what we call like. Again, we can only add monomials that are similar or like. For example, we have 5x and then 3x. 5x and 3x are similar. One, they have the same variable. So take note of these important details. Same variable, and then the variable have the same exponent. Again, the same variable with the same exponent. So the x is the variable here, and the exponent of x is 1. So in both expression, they have the same variable and the same exponent. What else? Let's say 5x squared y and then 2x squared y. So if you're going to take a look at this one, the x here has an exponent of 2, and also on the other side, the y has the same exponent as well. Therefore, this is similar with this one, right? So, another thing, let's say for instance, negative 3 y squared, and then the other one is negative 2y. Are these two expressions similar? No, so they are not similar. Again, because they have the same variable, yes, but the variable have different exponent, so we don't consider them as similar. So I repeat that one. When you say similar monomials, they have the same variable, and those variable have the same exponent. Alright, so let's take a look at some examples on how to add and subtract monomials. Number 1, we have 5x plus 3x. So these two terms are monomials, right? So 5x is a monomial and 3x is also a monomial, and they are similar. So 5 plus 3, that is 8. And then you just copy the variable. Again, variable and exponent will only be copied. They will not change. Okay, next we have 8x minus 7x. So 8 minus 7, that is 1. And then copy the variable x. But since the numerical coefficient is 1, you may just write it as x, simply x. Next, we have negative 6 minus 2, that is negative 8. And then copy the variable x. Okay, next we have 9x squared minus negative 3x squared. So 9 minus negative 3 is 12. And then copy the variable and exponent. Number 5, we have negative 4x squared minus negative 2x squared. So negative 4 minus negative 2, that is negative 2. And then copy the variable x and the exponent 2. Next number 6, we have 3 monomials here. We have 2x, 4x, negative 3x. They are all similar, so we can just solve. 2 plus 4, that is 6, and 6 minus 3, that is 3. And then copy the variable x. Number 7, 6x squared plus 2x. So since they are not similar, because the exponent of x here is just 1 and the exponent of x on the first term is 2, so we cannot add this. So we cannot combine them. In other words, we will just simply write down 6x squared plus 2x. There's no change at all. That is the answer. Next, number 8, we have 6x squared plus 3x minus 2x squared. So 6x squared and negative 2x squared here are similar. So we can just combine 6 minus 2, that is 4. Copy the variable and exponent. And then the rest here, we will just attach. Okay, it doesn't change. Next, we have 5x minus 2x plus 3y. So 3y is different, or it's not like, or it's not similar with 5x and 2x. So 5x minus 2x, that's 3x. Then just copy the 3y. Okay, lastly, we have 9x squared plus 7x squared y, 9x squared y plus 7x squared y minus 5x squared y. So all of them are similar, so we can just combine 9 plus 7, that's 16, minus 5, that is 11, and then copy the variable x squared and then y. Right? And that is how to add and subtract monomials. Thank you for listening. This is Teacher B, and see you in my next video.